Alright, hello and welcome back to YGO Legacy the Duelist. Tonight I'm hoping to finish the game by finishing up the Vrains storyline reverse duels. And here we go. Our foe, we're definitely going to stick to the user deck. Let's stick to, yeah. And I did upgrade DDD, so let's go with that for the moment. Different dimension demons are a bit tricky here. Let's see here. Target one. Add one dark contract. I guess this would be the safest one to go with. Sword Kevlar. Thank you for the follow, Haas. Is some interesting. Thought they already. Alright, let's add a dark contract from the deck to the hand. Dark contract with the gate. Here we are, the main searcher. Dark contract with the gate. Let's use this one then. And let's bring out DD Swirl Slime. This way I can perform fusions. If this card is normal special summon, you can send one to by banishing from a graveyard, including this card. You go turn. Alright, we're going to use DD Swirl Slime in order to create level 5 or higher. Alright, let's go with High King Genghis. And we'll use these two in order to make it. Fusion Summon DD Flame High King Genghis. Pretty good. Copernicus, you can return. We're gonna use DD Swirl Slime's effect so that we can, in order to special summon DD Savant Copernicus. And we can use High Flame King Genghis's effect to special summon, activate the effect. Let's see here, you can use this effect once per turn. Copernicus, what does that do? This card's normal special summon. Yeah, we'll also use this effect to send a card from my deck directly to the graveyard. And let's go with no. Let's go with another Typhon, just because she can be used for fusion summons just fine. There we go, Vice Typhon. Can't use her effect this turn, but I can special summon here. Ooh, that's right, we can go into a Link summon. Alright. I use Kepler and Copernicus to go into Abyss King Gilgamesh. 2 DD monsters. If on this card special summon, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon except for DD monsters. Place 2 with different names. Deck to your pendulum zones. If you do, take 1,000 damage. A small price to pay, really, given some of the effects here. When you take damage, you can destroy this card. If you do inflict the damage, increases the life point. Kepler, Thomas. Let's see here. I hope the dog's barks aren't being picked up by my mic. Sorry about that if you can hear them. Not the most ideal pendulum scales, but they should be perfectly sufficient. Special summon. I don't want to do this. I can't pendulum summon anything for the moment, but wait, what's this do again? Add one face up, bring your extra deck to your hand. Actually, let's do that. Thomas Edison, get me back Copernicus, if you please. Let's see here, place 2, what else take 1000 damage? This links some monsters destroyed by battle or by a opponent's card effect. You can special summon one from your extra deck in graveyard and defense position. You can only use this once, but yeah. Gilgamesh has some really nice effects. So, yeah, he's a pretty good link monster. Don't let the 1800 attack for you. He's definitely really good, especially since you can use any DD monsters to create him. I can't emphasize that enough. Ooh, DD, Dark Contract with the Gate. We're going to use DD Night Howl, and when it's normal summoned, well, first of all, we can use Genghis's effect to also get her back, and activate Night Howl's effect to get another one out here. Oh, I only have one monster in there. Funny. Oh well. Not a big deal, because I'm immediately going to sacrifice one copy in order to go into High King Alexander. There we are. Oh, I should have used this one 0. Whoops. Silly me. Well, small price to pay, really. You know what, let's go into another Gilgamesh, actually, just so we can use these two to create him. Here we are. Link 2, Abyss King Gilgamesh. There we go. High King Alexander, using his effect to, what is it? Let's see here. Let me just check his effect again. Oh, nice, we can go into a fusion summon with Vice Typhon. Let's do precisely that. We're going to make Beowulf using Vice Typhon and Gilgamesh. Alright. By banishing Vice Typhon and Gilgamesh from my graveyard, I can special summon Dragonbane, King Beowulf. And he gives all my DD monsters pierce damage. Not just himself, by the way. All of them get this effect, which is really, really nice. Ooh, 0 defense, and you know what that means. 3,000. You know, I'll just finish with Alexander here. Oh my, Statue of Anguish pattern. Let's see here. Special summon if with return, once your turn activates, you can negate it. Okay, let's go ahead and negate the Statue of Anguish pattern's effect so he can't wall me. And there we go, we win. Spectre's plan. The Lightning's deck. Let's go with Kozmo. Well, the obvious first option is to activate Cosmo Town. Once per turn reveal, shuffle them a deck and draw cards equal to them. Alright, we're going to... Once per turn, you can reveal any number and shuffle them into the deck and draw that same amount of cards. I'm just going to go with one Slip Rider for that. And I can draw in one card. Ooh, perfect, actually. Cosmo Good Witch. Alright, we'll activate the Forbidden... We'll put the Forbidden Chalice down. Actually, I should probably put both of them down just to be safe. And I can destroy whatever face down that is with Glinda the Good Witch here. Good Witch Jedi here. Please have less than... Oh, darn it, Noble Knight Brothers. Alright, activate effect. Actually, why'd I even do that? The Slip Rider's still weaker than their defense stat. No, I'm not going to activate Slip Rider's effect. I guess I should have used one of the Forbidden Chalices to attack over, but oh well. I'll just end the turn for now. Yeah, I definitely wanted to negate Boar's effect because he searches out for Noble's equip card. Galatine. Ooh, this is gonna be really painful. Oh, never mind, he's going to Xyz summon into Artorias, King Arthur himself. He's gonna get back to the Galatine immediately, but I can probably... actually, we're going to see if we can negate that effect entirely, if you please. Forbidden Chalice and Artorias effect. Good, he didn't get anything. Oh, they still had Caliber in his hand. Oops. Not that it really mattered. Ooh, I can use Slip Rider's effect. By banishing it, I can special summon from my deck. We're gonna summon C-3PO. Doesn't have any more monsters to attack with, so C-3PO slash Scarecrow's ability shouldn't be a problem. Activate effect. Turn change. Ooh, perfect. A Mirror Force. Most won't protect from that. Come on. There we go. Alright, activate the Scarecrow's effect. I can pay 500 life points, target one and special summon it. But its effects are negated, so I don't get a free destruction. Alright, let's get him out here. Fortunately, its effect has been negated, so there's nothing I can do about that. But I can banish, just special summon Dorothy here. In fact, let's do precisely that. You can banish this card, special summon Dorothy Gale. Cosmo Farm Girl. I like that Toto's a robot in the artwork. That's neat. Fortunately, I can't attack this turn, but... activate Slip Rider's effect as well to special summon from my deck Cosmo Wicked Witch. I can't activate any effects right now, unfortunately, so we're going to go ahead and wait for him to attack into me so I can use Mirror Force to negate it. There we go. Noble Knight Madraw, Mordred himself. Oh, what? He went to a Link summon? Isolde, Tales of the Noble Knights. You can add one warrior monster from your hand with Western and cannot name. He's gonna Alright, he's gonna attach Caliburn. Chain another effect. I guess I can't do much else yet. Alright, you cannot play any monsters with that name for the remainder of the turn, so... okay, he's healing a bit. Monster Reborn. Oh, balls. This might actually be very dangerous for me. Two Tales of the Noble Knights. Level Warrior. What? What's he using Level Warrior for? Another Link summon. What? Oh. Hippahin Shogun. All light monsters are upgraded and all dark monsters are weaker. Well, Dorothy's stronger, but the Wicked Witch is weaker now. Activate Mirror Force. There we go. And he loses all of his monsters. Oh crap. Okay, that goes back to his hand. It doesn't. Okay, good. I'm safe. I was worried it was going to be special summon again because I don't have anything that can go over Artorias right now. Ooh, Monster Reborn. This might be worth it for me because I can steal Artorias. This won't really do much for me if we're honest, but denying him the monster is... oh right, he sent back to his extra deck, so it doesn't help any. Well, I guess I could still summon Mordred just because he has a decent attack stat. And here we are. Mordred. Noble Knight Mordred. And I really need to add an extra deck to this thing sooner or later. Alright, attack with Mordred. Attack with the Wicked Witch of... I believe this one's based off the Wicked Witch of the East, technically, since the Dark Witch is the Wicked Witch of the West, and also the one who's probably follows the Star Wars plot twist of she was Dorothy's mother all along. And we'll use Dorothy's effect to search out a card from my deck. Forerunner should be sufficient since this is immune to targeting. And activate Dorothy Gale's effect to banish herself in order to special summon the Forerunner I just searched out. Alright, and attack directly with Forerunner. There we go. And end phase. That actually was working a lot better than I thought. I was worried this deck was going to struggle a bit, but I guess as long as I don't open with a hand of nothing but the ships and no pilots, I should be in pretty good shape. Noble Knight Gawain. Alright, he's attacking his own monster because, yeah, why wouldn't he? Plus he gets it back in his graveyard so he can use it for his own effects again. Well, if nothing else, my Monster Reborn forced him to waste resources at going into his own monster. And that's worthwhile, I'd say. Kozmos Forerunner also heals me. Hey, at least that's very Spectre-like. Lots of healing. And let's see here. Once per turn, equivalent. Your hand. This card. Alright, you can target one of your banished monsters and return it to your hand, so I'm going to do precisely that. Target one of my banished Cosmo monsters, add to my hand. We're going to go with Slip Rider. I'll take 100 damage times the number of times its level, but that's honestly not bad given what we're dealing with here. Alrighty, Linda here, and actually I should use her effect. Pay 500 life points, target one face-up monster and make it face down. So we're gonna send Gawain face down so the sun will no longer shine on his individual armor. And we're going to attack. Linda, take him out. And Wicked Witch, finish him off. Excellent. This is going by rather quickly. Windy's Revenge. User deck, let's go with Madolche because the flame... Because Salmon Greats are actually legitimately threatening to most of my decks. Them and the Altergeists are probably some of the more dangerous ones, I'd have to say. The Air Mages aren't actually hard, they're just kind of annoying because of how much they level up one another, or which can feel like a stalls fest. Salmon Great Sanctuary. Alright. Madolche Mageline. There we are. By using her, we'll use her effect to immediately search out Madolche Petissier. Here we are, Petissier. Because I have no monsters in my graveyard, I can special summon her freely. Activate effect. Chain. Now we won't use any effect. We'll special summon her here. And we'll use her effect immediately to special summon one card from the deck at the cost that the level is reduced. Actually, no, yeah, we'll use one from the deck, not from my hand. Madolche Angeli. Yeah, we're not going to use any effect quite yet. Actually, I'm going to set Book of Moon so it stops bugging me about its effect. And I'll set this as well. I think I'm going to sneeze one moment. Alright, hopefully I muted the mic in time there. But for now, we'll use Angeli's effect. By attributing herself, I can summon a special summon a card from my deck. So we're gonna go with Hoot Cake, since Hoot Cake can banish a card from my graveyard, like say Angeli, and then special summon a card of my choice from the deck. In which case I'm going to go with Madolche Messengelato so that I can search out the field spell. It's a bit of a simple combo, but it's a pretty good one at least. And Gelato was special summoned while a Madolche beast is on the field, so I can now search out any spell or trap of my choice. We go with the field. Madolche Chateau. Alright, here we go. Madolche Chateau is active. There we go. Now, we're going to start attacking with these guys right away, because I do want to get as much damage as humanly possible. Main phase 2 time. Alright, so first things first, we're going to special summon into the Link monster. Madolche Fresh Start. Madolche Fresh Start. Here we go. Alright, and next we're going to... Actually, we're not going to go into Tiramisu. Instead, we're going to go into Teacher Glace Souffle, because she can protect herself from his monster's ability to send my cards back to the hand. Which is very good, because extra deck monsters... yeah, her defense mode should actually be more than sufficient for this. Yeah, 3k defense. He's not going to get over that with anything anytime soon. Target one Madolche. Once per quick effect, you can detach one card, Madolche cards into your graveyard. You can only use each effect of this. Okay, so this is a hard once per turn. Alright, I think this should be a good board for him, for me to avoid having to take some pain from the next turn. Worst case scenario, summon Salmon Grade a few times, and I activate twice, so I waste one overlay unit, and then he has to do it again in order to send one of the cards back to my hand. So I'm not too worried about this. Salmon Great Claw. You can't link summon with wait, what's he doing? You can't link summon with just equip only Salmon Great. Cannot be destroyed by battle card effects, and if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. Okay, I see what he's doing here. This is a little annoying. I absolutely need to get 2 level 4s out here very quickly, but I need to think about how I'm going to be doing that. Oh wait, what am I doing? I know precisely how to do this. I activate Angeli, and I use her effect in order to tribute herself in order to special summon Potosier from the deck. Potosier. Alright, Teacher Glace Souffle? No. But I will activate her effect in order to special summon from my deck. I can't believe I already forgot how her name is pronounced. Pudding Cess, because when Pudding Cess has her level reduced, this is just enough for Queen Tiramisu. Alright, there we go. Queen Tiramisu. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, but Tiramisu's effect shuffles the card back into the deck without destroying or targeting them. So they are pretty much screwed. Alright, Queen, use one of your overlay units in order to send up to 2 cards back into my deck. And in return, I can send up 2 cards on Soul Burners back to the deck. Now we're gonna go ahead and let those go back to the deck. I don't need to use Chateau, because we are going to win this turn. Now what does Glace Souffle do? You can shuffle 2 cards from me. You know what, let's do that to send his 2 equipped spell cards back to his deck so that they don't get any, can't be used as graveyard materials. And now his field is completely open. But first, for fun, let's upgrade Queen Tiramisu into Madolche Pudding Cess Chocolate a la mode. Sheesh, that very name is a mouthful. And we're gonna finish him off with the princess. The Pudding Princess. Battle phase, and it's over. Thank you and good night, Soul Burner. The new world coming. Your deck, let's go with the DDDs again this time. We're gonna go second because this is basically an OTK deck. I basically want to kill him on the very first turn I get. Alright, Bowman. Honestly, I didn't like Bowman as a villain as much. At least not as much as Lightning, but then again, I think that's a common opinion. Ooh, Ooh, a dark contract with the gate. Alright, dark. Oh, wait, let's see here. Okay, I do have a level 7 Synchro monster, so let's use Dark Contract with the gate here. We're going to use Dark Slime's effect in order to fuse it with, no, let's go with Oracle King. King Jean d'Arc Alter. We'll fuse the Slime with Copernicus in order to reach Oracle King Jean d'Arc Alter. Alright, we're going to use Dark Contract with the Gate in order to bring out another DD Night Howl. And by bringing out DD Night Howl, I can immediately use... I can normal summon him in order to bring back Copernicus. And when I bring back Copernicus, I can use him to fuse into Alexander. The young version, since he's only level 7 instead of the level 10 version. Oh wait, yeah, I can also bring a Dark Contract to my hand. So let's grab... Dark Contract with the Witch actually would look perfect. Oh, no, that was a send to the graveyard. Actually, that could still be a good thing. Dark Slime. Alright, we'll use Dark Slime's effect now in order to... By banishing him, I can special summon a DD monster from my hand. So we're going to summon Thomas Edison. There we go. And we're going to go into... Oh, wait. 3... Oh, I could go use a Jalter in order to go into High King. But no, I'd rather go and play it safe and go into the level 7 one here. Gust King Alexander. There we go. Alright, contact or DD from your hand or graveyard, and you can... Alright, we're gonna destroy this guy since he's wind. Since Alexander is wind and not dark. Fires of Doomsday. Tokens. Well, I can still use this to continue to attack into those. Jalter, Edison, take those two out, and we'll go on to my next turn. Didn't do the kind of damage I was hoping for, but... Fusion Reserve. Oh dear, that could be a bit annoying. Invoked. Oh yeah, I forgot to use Invoked. This is going to be a little frustrating because Invoked can use basically Super Poly, and they can fuse with anything. But the good news is the DDDs do not have any light monsters, I don't believe, so I don't have to worry about... Now I can use that because Jalter will... There, yeah. Restore it to my life force. Now the question is, do I want to activate Ghost Ogre? Because I could actually go into High King Alexander, or if I do this, but the problem is I'm giving up a powerful hand trap by doing this. But at the same time, do I have a level 8 Synchro? Actually, yes I do. Yep. Curse King Siegfried. So you know what? We're going to summon the tuner. Yeah, fine, I'll do this here. DD Lamia. I can activate Gust King Alexander's effect. I can special summon one card from my graveyard. Ooh, interesting. Do I want to go into, High King Alexander? Or do I want to go into... Alexander? Or... Actually, I could do both now that I think about it, so let's do precisely that. Cursed King Siegfried. DDD Cursed King Siegfried, the Slayer of Dragons. Let's see here, target one spell. We're gonna activate his effect. Oh, he doesn't have... Oops. That's fine, I don't mind negating that. I accidentally negated that, but that's perfectly fine because I'm about to go into... Oh my... Actually, I might be better off going to a rank 8. Alright, yeah, let's precisely that. Look, I overlay Siegfried and the Edison in order to go into Dawn King Kali Yuga. For the rest of this turn, other cards and their effects cannot be activated on the field, and other cards' effects on the field are negated. Once per turn, you can attach, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. Let's see, other cards and effects. Alright, I don't need to worry about that for now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in the battle phase. Jalter, please destroy whatever that face down is. And he can't activate his back row spell because of Kali Yuga, which is really, really nice. So let's do it. 3,500 damage. Dang, this is really good. Xyz monster. Glad I have him in my deck. Alright, end phase and change. Alright, what are you gonna do, Bowman? Ooh, ally. Let's wait here. What's he gonna do exactly? Duradark? Chain another effect. Well, I should be able to use Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit to negate that effect. And he's using Interdimensional Transporter. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to prevent that. But the good news is he can't use its effect on the end phase where it returns. So I can just destroy him with Jalter. So as long as he doesn't put another face down, he does not. It's over. We've won. Let's see here. During your main phase, Dark Contract with the Gate. Sure, we'll let it use its effect so that I heal up a bit. Now let's see here. Let's see here. Infusion summon monsters with a hand or field. You can only use this effect once per turn. DD. You can also banish monsters from your... Alright, let's activate Dark Contract with the Swamp King so that we can banish cards from our graveyard for a fusion summon. Two DDD monsters. Beowulf, Angus. Alright, I guess we don't need Jalter anymore. We're going to be winning this turn. So we'll use them in order to fuse into Dragonbane King Beowulf. There we go. And it's over now, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack with you know, we'll go ahead and use this effect. By sending one of my overlay units to the graveyard, I can destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. This also means I don't have to worry about taking damage from the next turn, but there's not going to be a next turn because I've just won. Bring us a victory, Kali Yuga. There we are. Burning Soul. Oh wow, we only have a few left. Oh, I have a Roboppy one. I forgot about that one. Let's go with the Mayakashis here. This will take a bit of time, unfortunately. I still have to go through the entire ladder, but it's very much going to be worth it. Let's just hope I don't forget what deck Bowman has here, though. I just hope it's not another Invoked, because that's actually way more threatening than anything he had in the anime, if I remember right. Alright, good, he's going first, which means Alright, when using his monster effect, I can use Infinite Impermanence to negate that monster's effect. Alright, let's see here. What's this? This card smells the graveyard by card effect. Alright, use Mayakashi return so that we can get... Alright, here we go. Hajun, the winged Mayakashi, into my hand. And when Hajun is normal summoned, I can select one Mayakashi monster from my deck and special summon it. So we're going to activate it to bring out DNA Transplant. Dark. Daki. Oh yeah, he has... I have to be extremely careful because Shaddolls are actually very, very dangerous. So they have a lot of recovery. He went destroyed. And they have a lot of effects that can work in the graveyard, so I won't be able to get them very easily. Alright. Oboroguruma, the wheeled Mayakashi. I have to give the game credit. They actually gave Bowman some really good decks. Invoked and Shaddolls are both ones that, to my understanding, have always had a pretty good history. Meanwhile, I'm going with Mayakashis, a deck that was, well, I guess to be fair, they came a bit late in the main card game. They came a bit late in Duel Links as well, because they came after Shiranui, and Shiranui also came too early, because they completely dominated for a while, because I didn't have too many cards to deal with graveyard effects or the Necro Valley. Oh well, that's how it goes. It's most definitely an experimental format, given they're releasing cards whenever they darn well please. I mean, the Skyfang Brigade, the for-hire deck, was released basically in the GX era, and then it completely dominated. It was a tier 0 deck, in fact, which is basically S tier, for anyone not familiar with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tier system. So, it's crazy. Yeah, they were good, given they honestly aren't that great. They're mostly just an OTK deck, like I've been using them in this game so far. I still find them fun, don't get me wrong, that's why I use them, but I can definitely see they've got a decent amount of flaws. In fact, without their Link monster, they really struggle to keep up with their card advantage. I should probably have Daki in attack mode so they can go through it. Now, I don't have anything else I can go into, so we're going to start attacking directly. Guess I have no choice but to do this, but at least if he uses a monster's effect, I can use Ghost Ogre here to negate it. But odds are he's going to play something face down, and oh dear. Next ally, Duradark. We're going to chain Ghost Ogre to that, and destroy it. Negate its effect and destroy it. Daki counts as a dark type right now thanks to DNA transplant. It shouldn't matter too much. The Mayakashis have almost every element except light represented, so it's not too big of a deal. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring out Shiranui Samurai. I do not need to use his effect because he's... Yeah, I don't need to use his effect because he's just fine. So we're going to go ahead and just attack. Attack, attack, attack. I'm not going to use his effect until I need to banish something. Or, let me just check how much... Yeah, I don't even need to use his effect. I'm just going to win this turn. Unless that face down was something he was saving for the fight to avoid lethal damage. Nope, he's got nothing. Attributes shadowed. Anything to win. I believe this is the final duel for Lightning, between Lightning and Varus. User deck. Definitely going to go with Madolche for this, because Noble Knights are pretty dangerous. Oh wait, no, I'm playing as Lightning. Whoops. Oh well. Well, whatever Varus has planned, I'm not going to let him do it. So we're going to go second. Though, because I'd like that extra draw. Well, at least when he places something face down, I can go ahead and use Mystical Space Typhoon to get rid of it. Alright, we're going to activate Mystical Space Typhoon on whatever that face down is right away. That way, even if he's forced to activate it, he won't get anything out of it. Quick launch. Special summon from your deck. Cannot attack. Also gets destroyed at the end phase. Oh my, well I think I know what I want to do then. Special summon. Madolche Chateau. Alright. We're going to go with Mageline here, actually. We're going to use her effect to search out another... actually, let's search out a Mufel. A Mufel might be useful next turn if I don't win this for a moment. Since I had no monsters in my graveyard, I can summon Desir. Activate her effect in order to special summon from my deck at the cost of lowering their level by 1. And I'm going to go with Angeli for that. And there we go. And by using Angeli's effect, I can tribute her in order to special summon a card from my deck, which I'm going to choose as Hootcake. And I'm going to use Hootcake's effect to banish a card from my graveyard in order to special summon Messengelato from my deck. When he's special summoned while a Madolche Beast is on my field, I get a spell trap card searched out of my choice. And since I have the field spell in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and get Madolche Ticket so I can have this combo going. And for better or worse, I actually do need to go into all my extra deck summons before main phase 2. Because while this does mean I get less attacks overall, I can't let these go to the graveyard, because by letting them go to the graveyard, they will get their effects off. So we're going to go into these right away. Alright, first things first, Queen Tiara Masu. Pshing. Bow down, peasants, you're in the presence of the Queen. Right, and we'll go with fresh to start with these two to protect our back row here. She also protects herself thanks to the graveyard setup we got. And that graveyard setup also means that Tiara Masu can use her effect. By sacrificing an overlay unit, I can shuffle 2 cards back into my deck in exchange for shuffling 2 on Varus' side of the field back to the deck. And you know what, let's go ahead and use Madolche Chateau in order to get these back to my hand. There we go. And shuffle these back in the deck so they do not get their effects from being sent to the graveyard. Madolche Ticket lets me get a monster from my deck to my hand after a card from my field or the graveyard has been returned to my hand or main deck. But since I have a fairy type Madolche on my field, that being the extra deck monsters, I can now special summon 1 from my deck. And we're gonna summon the Pudding Sass. She's not at full power since I have monsters in my graveyard, but I think that's a small price to pay, given what she can do if she attempts to do any shenanigans. Alright, here we go. There we go. End turn. All I can do is end my turn, but I think we should be in a pretty good spot. Normal summon, in your graveyard, special summon it. Alright, we're going to use Bottomless Trap Hole in order to banish that Serpent Night Dragon so that he's no longer able to do anything with it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, we're going to use Madolche Mufel here and use its effect in order to special summon Dossier. And we're going to use her effect to special summon from my deck. Now let's see what I want to special summon. I guess Hoot Cake has a good attack stat with the field out, so let's go with that. Unfortunately, I cannot go into NXT's summons. I should probably put more Link monsters in my extra deck for Madolche's, just, you know, to be safe. Especially since I rarely need more than 2 copies of the Queen or Teacher Glass Souffle. I'll probably continue adjusting my deck even after this series is over. Excellent. We win. A wish entrusted. Now we have to defeat Playmaker. How are we going to defeat Playmaker? Alright, let's go with the zombie deck here. Bellcat Fighter. I don't like Link monsters where their only arrows are pointing upward, but then again, I think the point of that is you're supposed to do a different one first, and then that way they're pointing at your field and not their own. Alright, we're gonna go second, and hope Playmaker doesn't do anything especially threatening to us. Oh my, is that really all Playmaker can really do right now? Sheesh. Well, first things first, Foolish Burial. We're going to send Yuki Masumi into our graveyard. That way we can use her effect later. We can go ahead and set down these trap cards as well, since I don't really have much use for them at the moment. Now we shall normal summon Hajun in order to summon Daki from our deck. Daki, here we are, Daki. And now we climb the ladder. I am very lucky that I've been starting with him in my hand, or at least gotten Mayakashi returned to search him out immediately, because he is really key to this deck functioning. Garuma, the Wheeled Mayakashi. Probably the least useful of the ladder, if we're honest, but then again, he's only level 3. He's probably not supposed to be too major. Him and Hajun are usually the first ones I banish for zombie effects. Chuchigumo with a Poisonous Mayakashi. I do appreciate his mill a little, since I usually get some more zombies in the graveyard for my graveyard plays, but he's usually just there as a last resort once Tengu is taken out. since Tengu and Yoko up next are the main ones for destroying stuff. Yoko's probably one of the most important ones. She's pretty much always, even if you whip out something to destroy Gashadakuro, she's still moderately strong and destroys the enemy monster without targeting, which is always really useful. And so she could be considered one of the aces of the deck, which is funny since she's not even the max of the ladder. Well, I mean, she has Duel Links, but the only reason for that is because Gashadakuro mentions their Link monster, and they don't even want cards that mention Links prior to the Link release. Gashadakuro, the Skeletal Mayakashi. He technically does actually have a really good effect, making my cards immune to targeting, but he only comes out when a Synchro monster is activate effect. Alright, I can special summon her while I have a Yuki Misumi while I have a Mayakashi card on my field, in exchange for giving a Foolish Burial effect to one zombie monster. That is, sending one from my deck to my graveyard. And what do you know? We now have enough for the Link monster. Yuki Ona, the Ice Mayakashi. As long as she's pointing at a Synchro monster, she cannot be targeted for attacks. And sure, let's get Daki back. I can, if nothing else, I can use her for the Shiranui Swallow Slash since she's a zombie and all that. And we're gonna go into the battle phase. Let's actually attack with Yuki Misumi. Of course it's Bitron. So of course I take a bit of damage and I don't even get all that much damage out on Playmaker. I should have attacked with Gashadakuro first. But I really wanted to try and get that direct 3300 damage. I was too greedy, and I paid the price. Cynet Mining. I don't want to use the slash until he starts going into his own Link plays. Ooh, here we go. Alright, he's gonna use that to get both. Oh, he's not. Interesting. That's weird. I would have thought he would have been glad to go into a... Oh, it's because he has very few monsters that are stronger than Gashadakuro, which is a bit of a problem for him, unfortunately. Main phase. Alright, we're going to set the Book of Moon here, and... Alright, we're going to use Yuki Misume's effect here. Alright, in return, I can Foolish Burial, so let's go with another Spectral Sword. I pretty much always want those in my graveyard when possible. And let's activate Book of Life. I can special summon one monster from my graveyard. Well, it has to be a Mayakashi, but let's see here. While we're here, Synchro is level... Alright, and if you do special... You can destroy one monster. It doesn't require it to be face up, so sure, let's go with Yoko. And in return, I can banish one monster from... Let's go with the Bitron, because I know he's got a lot of monsters that use effects. Yeah, Book of Life lets me resurrect one zombie monster in exchange for banishing a monster from the enemy deck. And I know Playmaker has a lot of cards that work with normal monsters, so I'd like to get rid of those sooner rather than later. And we're going to activate Yoko's effect to destroy whatever this is. Not going to activate the effect of a card, but we will go into battle phase directly. Attack with Gashadakuro. There we go, and finish him off with Yuki Ona. Oh my, we really only have 2 more duels and we're done. I guess should have stopped a bit earlier last time. Oh well. But the closer we are to the end, the better. Oh, this has been it's been nice playing the proper Yu-Gi-Oh card game, but I am definitely in the mood for the next major. Who am I up against again? Unbreakable. Oh, actually, I get to play as I. Oh no, I'm playing as Gore. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use a user deck for this because there's actually some moderately threatening stuff in I's deck. Go keys are actually pretty good once they get their link monsters and all that going, but I'm just not a fan, if we're completely honest. Maybe if I was a professional wrestling fan, I'd like it a lot more, because that is the obvious aesthetic they go for. Summoning Bouncer Lord. Come on, you're not going to go into your Link summon? How disappointing. Oh dear, I don't have the monsters I need. Activate the effect. Yeah. I'm gonna use Donpa to special summon Seal. And now we can use Donpa's effect to destroy one monster on the field, and I'm going to choose Ram Clouder. Actually, I should probably go into a Link monster just to be safe, but 1900. But we're not going to activate Nightmare Phoenix's effect, but I will activate Mayhem for hire in order to special summon Donpa back from my grave. Come on out, Donpa. And we're going to set this for the next turn, because I'm going to use it to special summon the Seal again, and, well, even if he's summoned during the enemy turn, Donpa can still use effect to destroy one enemy monster of my choice, which is always nice. Alright, that's a Fiend, Beast, and actually I could probably do this right now and go into a Link. Can I go into any other Link monsters? Well, I can use with Transcode Talker and Nightmare Unicorn. Both these are legitimately good, but I'd really like to get the full go out, if we're completely honest. Alright, we're going to attack with Nightmare Phoenix, and I should be able to destroy that as long as it's not, yeah, as long as it's not a 2k defender, which it isn't. And let's see here. And that has no graveyard effects, so I actually think we might be safe. You know what, let's place these face down here. I don't want to go into full go just yet, so we'll place all these down and wait for the next turn. It's a bit of a risk, but I think we might have a better or a success rate if we do it this way, so... Actually, I probably should have even waited to special summon Seal until the next turn, just so I can destroy something. Alright, we're going to activate Infinite Impermanence on that monster to negate its effect, and also we cannot activate whatever this card is in his back row. Kari at Ignister. And there we are. He's pretty much stuck now. Battle phase. And we're going to use Forbidden Lance in order to reduce his attack, so he now takes reflect damage. Excellent. On any monster. Perfect. Standby phase. Main phase 1. Change to attack position, and we're going to go ahead and Activate effects. Steel, Stratus for Haya. Special summon Bravo to the deck. Bravo here. And we can use Dompa's effect to destroy Adignister. And now we're going to summon Fulgo. Fulgo requires 3 different attributes, so we're going to go with Beast, Fiend, and Beast Warrior. Alright, next we use Fulgo's effect. We're not going to use Bravo's yet, but we will use Fulgo's effect to get Beat from the deck, because Beat is the primary searcher of the deck. Oh, I don't have anything to summon with him. Whoops, never mind. Alright, we'll go ahead and use Bravo's effect, sure. Battle phase time. Attack directly with Bravo. Drowning Mirror Force. Oh dear. Well, actually, I do know something that can help me out here. Forbidden Lance. Fulgo is now immune to any card effect except for a Forbidden Lance. Excellent. Now I'll just attack directly with him then. That was a bit dangerous, but I think we survived. He can probably attack into Beat just fine, because 500 defense is not hard for anything in that to get over, even the weaker monsters. Ooh, but he doesn't have anything. Excellent for me. Monster Reborn. Alright, it needs to be a for our monster, so let us go with Seal, a strategist for high. And because he was special summoned while Beat is here, I can use Beat's effect in order to search out a new card. I'm gonna go with Dinah because Dinah has a really good effect to, you know... we're gonna keep him in defense mode just for safety purposes and use Seal to special summon Dinah, and Dinah can banish his monsters so that so he can't get them with his... Right, yeah. So that he can't get them back with his own monster reborn or whatever. And sure, we'll use Seal as well. And we'll get Dompa back into my hand. One, two, three, four. Alright, there's still a monster in there, but it's one of the less threatening ones. And I'm going to go ahead and use Beat's effect to get Dompa in defense mode, just so that in case that's another Drowning Mirror Force. Because, oh boy, do I not want to have to deal with another Drowning Mirror Force. So Ram Clouder's destroyed, and Fulgo's effect lets me draw 3 cards. Attack directly with Seal. Now watch that be another Drowning Mirror Force. It's not. Dang, I should have put Dom in attack mode. Actually, I can activate this in order to make him a bit stronger. So let's do that, and we'll win. Yep, we win. Oh, I have to... Dog needs out. Give me just a moment, please. Okay, sorry about the delay. Looks like we're almost done. I believe I's Conundrum is the final one, and this is actually going to be really tough, so... Let's go with another Madolche, since that's basically my signature deck at this point. Well, that or Mayakashis. Well, I guess Madolches are very popular for a reason. They're just plain fun and also pretty good. Well, I guess I could use Bottomless Trap Hole to make sure I ruin whatever day he's having. And I could summon Madolche Mufel, and use its effect in order to special summon Madolche, putting Cess from my hand. And fortunately, that's all I can do at this point because I don't want to go into a Link monster just yet, but Bottomless Trap Hole should protect me to some extent. Ignister AI Land. Oh crap, that's not enough attack points. But I can use this in order to Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring. I can use this to negate his search. Oh, he's going into a Link monster immediately. But unfortunately for him, that's just not enough for Bottomless Trap Hole. Oh dear. Darn it, I was trying to cause him problems by destroying his Link monster, but I guess I can't do that. Unless, of course, he immediately goes into a rank 3. Clock Wyvern, and we'll Bottomless Trap Hole the Clock Wyvern. Do I have a monster in my graveyard? Hold on here. Why am I, Oh yeah, Ash Blossom counts. Whoops. Whoops. Madolche Mufel, and in return I can special summon Madolche Mageline. Oh, it's only on normal summon that I can search, huh? Yep. Alright, we're gonna go into Madolche Fresh Start right away, because I need her attack stat if we're blunt. Madolche Fresh Start, and we'll put her here. She's slightly stronger than Proxy Dragon, so she is good. And attack directly with the Pudding Sass. Call of the Haunted. I'll just take 400 points of damage because I can use her effect to destroy that Call the Haunted. Not an ideal situation to be in, but I should still be able to function. I just need to hope I get something good next time. Oh boy, he drew the one card he needed the most. Fresh Start's effect. I still take damage, but I can send a card from my deck to the graveyard to the deck to keep her alive. Alright, special. Alright, this card's a normal special summon, you can have it. Alright, we're going to use this in order to lower the Clockwork Wyvern's stats so that Fresh Start, the sister, alright, good, the nun took out the dragon. I guess she's basically Saint Martha or something. AI Land. This card's normal special summon, you can add one more to your deck. End phase, turn change. Ooh, perfect, Mageline. That was precisely a card I needed. Now I can use her effect. I should probably actually get Hoot Cake with her, since I need to normal summon whoever's next, but this will be easy at least. Alright, attack whatever this is to destroy it. And attack the there we go. The Adignisters are a bit annoying. They also have a lot of graveyard effects, so I absolutely need to get Hoot Cake out next turn. Okay, he's got nothing. I think I should be able to make my comeback. Well, before I activate Chateau, let us use Hoot Cake's effect. Alright, we're going to banish... Let's actually banish Ash Blossom, because that's one of the few ways I can get rid of a non-Madolche monster. And in return, I can bring out Messengelato. Because he was special summoned while I have a beast monster out, I can grab Madolche Spiller Trap from my deck. Madolche Ticket. There we are. We're going to use the Chateau, and by using that, all Madolche monsters in my graveyard automatically get shuffled back into my deck. I'll activate Ticket as well. I should be able to do the maximum amount of damage with what I have right now. Yeah, I think we're gonna win this turn, so I'm not too worried. And there we are. I adore it. Yep, the campaign is 100% complete. Excellent. Oh, we've only been going at it an hour? Darn. I'll do some duelist challenges so that it doesn't get boring, but let's see here. I don't want to do all of these. Like I said, I'm only in this for the story stuff, and that's officially done now, so everything else is officially a bonus playmaker. Link Light. I guess you could consider these more of a victory lap now that I'm done with the story. Victory lap. Probably do these challenges off stream just so that I can do my own thing with them. Draw phase. Excellent. Madolche Chateau right away. And let's see here. Alright, we're going to use Madolche in order to search out to see here. Torrential Tribute, oh my. However, I still get the search off. Which is... And here we go. Destroy all monsters on the field. And yeah, let's use Chateau to get her back into my hand, just to be safe. And because I can't already use up my normal summon, but I can special summon Nepotusser from my hand as long as I have no monsters in my graveyard. And I can also use her effect to special summon one card from my graveyard, from my deck at the cost that its level is reduced by 1. And so I'm going to be using Angeli for that. Angeli. Now we use Angeli's effect to tribute herself. And I'm going to get Hoot Cake out. Chain another card. Nah. Hoot. Here we are. Hoot Cake. All 3 in a row. The wise owl can banish Angeli now. This isn't the most optimal opening hand, but I do appreciate that I was able to get this combo off for the most part. It's amazing how much a single card can really change the decks, how the deck goes. Now I can special summon Messenger Lotto so I can get Madolche Ticket. Use Messenger Lotto and we're going to search out Madolche Ticket. I could also get Madolche Knights if I need to negate one of his monster effects, but I think Ticket's fine. Put down both Mirror Forces just in case he gets an MST to destroy one with. Or he might waste it on Ticket. Actually, no, he won't be able to because I'm going to go into the Link monster in just a moment. Special summon the Madolche Fresh Sister. Alright, now we go into the Madolche Nun. There we go. And now, while she's pointing at a Madolche monster, my Madolche spell and trap cards are protected. It does mean I don't get as much damage if I attacked everyone, but I did want to be safe. Because I don't know what this face down is. Oh wow, he didn't draw anything. Man, I almost feel bad for him. Almost. Madolche Mew fell. I use the cat doll to summon... let's summon the witch Wells. No, she uses the oh, I thought is she riding that fork like a broom? Yes, she is. So yeah, Mageline is the witch-like mage. Alright, and battle phase time. Alright, we took out Playmaker, the main protagonist of Vrains. Creeping Vendread. Ooh, he's using a Vendread deck. Alright, let's see what the Vendreads can do. They've always... Vendreads are a pretty interesting one. Being a mix... Kind of this... I'm tripping over my own words here. It's another one of those card archetypes that tells a story with its cards, being a kind of Resident Evil meets Spawn from Image Comics, I think it was. I know they were later bought out, but oh dear, this is really not a good opening hand. Oh well. Preparation of rites. Yeah, he's gonna get the Vendreads right away. Dang. Vendread Battle Lord. Vendread Chimera. Oh, wait a minute here. What's this effect here? You can bash one Vendread from your graveyard, declare one. Your opponent can activate cards of that type. Well, gee, look at what I got. Yeah, the zombies definitely look like something out of Resident Evil. Alright, this is not the most ideal way to go about it, but I can do it this way. I activate his special effect to special summon the Rafale. It sucks this is my best play, but I absolutely can activate Bravo's effect to make everyone stronger. And I can also use Rafale's card in order to get a new card from my deck. So let's do precisely that. You're a little late to the party, Donpa, but I can keep you with me. I'm not gonna try and summon... I can't summon him, actually, even if I wanted. But, let's see here. Alright, we're going to attack into this one. That gets banished because it was the second time. We're gonna place these face down as well, just so I have some protection. Trap cards are selected. I can, however, chain Forbidden Chalice to it in order to negate that effect. In fact, I'm going to do precisely that. His effect is negated. I can now activate trap cards against him if I wish. But his attack is now higher than mine, so he's not going to resist attacking. Alright, we're going to activate Mirror Force. There we go. Vendread Battle Lord. He gets to another Vendread monster into his hand by that effect. Sturges. Alright, Vendread Sturges. So this card's in the graveyard can reveal one Vendread in your hand. Special summon this card with banishment leaves the field. Interesting. Well, it's his turn, which means it's going to be my turn in a moment, which is going to be a problem for him. Main phase 2. Oh, he doesn't have a... Okay, he must not have the ritual card in order to go through with it. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna use Bravo's effect to special summon Donpa. Donpa's too weak to have an attack mode, but I can use Bravo's effect to increase everyone's attack and defense by 500 each. I don't need to activate anything at the moment, so let's attack first with Bravo so that this card gets banished. And now he's got no defenses, so Rafale can attack directly for some... There we go, 300 damage, a good chunk. Pre-progression of rights. Yeah, I'm gonna Ash Blossom that, buddy. I'm not gonna let you search your deck for anything. It's now negated and destroyed. Preparation of Rites is a really amazing card for ritual decks. Getting both the monster and the ritual is really, really nice. Alright, Bravo, use your effect. We're gonna special summon Seal, the strategist. I don't know to use Donpas. I will use Bravos, however, because I am about to go into their Link monster, Volgo. 3 monsters of different types. Beast, Reptile, Beast Warrior. I Link summon a monster. There we go. And when he's special summoned, I can call out, bring out a card from my deck. So there was not one of the ones that was used to summon him, and that's going to be, let's make it Wiz, just because she's going defense mode anyways. And I can even use her effect to heal a little. And we're going to go ahead and attack. I should have more than enough damage to win this turn, but if not, I should have more than enough defenses against whatever Eye throws at me. Yeah, Avengers are kind of cool. I have seen them a little bit in Duel Links, but they only have a certain number of their cards in there, which I guess is true of a lot of archetypes, really. Excellent. Soul Burner. Laval. Oops, I was going to select a different deck, but it doesn't matter. I can use this one for it. Actually, this is perfect. I'd love to go second with this deck. I have to hope my opening hand is mostly monsters. Ugh. It technically is, but it's high-level ones. Molten Conductive Field. Lobbles. If I remember right, they're okay, but they don't exactly have the best reputation, so... Alright, any level 4 or lower for higher will be a nice draw right now. Not ideal. Goes in match. Each player can only control one attribute monster. Or, send all others to the graveyard. Okay, so... this might actually be a problem because the Furhires are every element under the sun. I can at least use Infinite Impermanence temporarily, but that's only a one-turn deal. Oh, for some reason I thought Rafale was dark. Am I... Actually, I'm probably thinking of... what's Folgo again? I think Folgo might be the dark type. Yeah, Folgo is dark. That's what I was thinking of. Do 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 do. Yeah, this is a really bad opening hand, that's for sure. Lakeside Lady. Darn it, this is really not helping me. Laval Blaster. Yeah, I think he got a way better opening hand than I did, that's for sure. I guess I shouldn't give up, but at the same time, with only limited to one element in an archetype that is entirely multiple elements... Yeah, I don't think I have anything. I can't even use because these are both tuners, I can't use them. I could potentially go into a Link summon, but the problem is these are different elements, which means Goes and Match will destroy them. Yeah, I need to surrender here. This hard counter is precisely what this deck is. Sorry about that. Soul Burner. Okay, I can actually do this with Madolche because all Madolche monsters, without exception, are Earth types. Are Earth element. An Earth element, so I can live on only needing one element. Oh, fortuitous timing to let the dog back in. Right when the enemy was doing their turn first. Alright, I can place down these two just fine. Alright, we're gonna use Madolche Mageline here. And search out... here we are. Dossier. And, because I have no monsters in my graveyard, I can special summon her. And I can use her effect upon her special summoning to bring Angeli, and I'll go ahead and use one from my hand since I already have a good copy. And we're gonna summon Hoot Cake from the deck so that he can banish the card the Angeli who distributed herself, so that I can get another special summon. In this case, we're going to get Messengelato so that I can get the field spell. Alright, we're gonna use Messengelato's effect and get Madolche Chateau into my hand. Go ahead and play this here. This card's from my battle graveyard. I can send two from the graveyard to... You can send one... Oh dang, he's getting a lot of graveyards set up there. Ironic, he's playing a deck that focuses almost entirely on getting monsters into the graveyard, and I have a deck that focuses entirely on getting monsters out of the graveyard for various effects. Although that does mean that Madolches are basically immune to decks that try to kill you by milling, because I'll just send them right back. Now I have the feeling he's going to be using a lot of card effects in the graveyard, so you know what, let's go into Madolche Glace Souffle. Teacher Glace Souffle, because she can protect herself from any monster effect that is not her own. She can also protect Fresh Sistar, but Sistar already protects herself from destruction from card effects in the general sense. I can also send his love-all cards from his graveyard back to the deck, which will disrupt his deck's gimmick. I can't negate that, for better or for worse. Lakeside Ladies. Oh, these are all tuners. Soul Burner, you can't synchro summon with nothing but tuners, unless of course he's going to a rank 1 or 3. Oh, he's either going into a level 9 or a level 7 synchro. Level 9, oh my. Vermilion Dragon Mech. I can't protect that. Oh. Use Madolche Fresh Starts effect. I still take damage, but I can return one card from my graveyard to the deck. In fact, I'm going to use Madolche Chateau to get it back into my hand. And when that happens, I can use... Oh, crap. Duelist Chimera. Fire monsters and weakens water monsters. Well, I use earth monsters, so I'm not really worried. Little Chimera. Special summon monster? No. He's using Vermilion Dragon Mech's effect to banish a tuner and destroy a monster of his choice. Well, I'm not gonna let him. By using an overlay unit, I can make Teacher Glace Souffle immune to any monster effect that is not her own. Oh, I should have used her effect to send these back. Alright. We're going to summon Madolche and Jilly. I can use her effect to tribute herself in order to special summon Madolche from my deck. I can't special summon her from my hand because I have monsters in my graveyard, but when she is special summoned by other effects, I can still use her other effect or a special summon a monster from my deck at the cost of lowering its level by 1. And the pudding cess is the perfect idea for the perfect option for this. Because I have 2 level 4s on the field, I can now bring them into the other Madolche boss monster. Madolche Queen Tiara Masu. Now, by using an overlay unit, Queen Tiara Masu can put up to 2 monsters in my graveyard back into the deck, and in return I can send 2 cards on Soulburner's side of the field back into the... I'm gonna let these go ahead and go back to the deck. Send these back to the deck. Alright, they go back to the extra deck, and I can activate Glass Souffle's effect as well. I'm going to send 2 cards from his graveyard back into the deck. And I'm going to choose these 2. This way he cannot use them for materials. Alright, Tiara Masu, bring us our victory. Excellent. Oh wow, I just realized how small the Vrains cast is. Look at the Arc 5 here, there's a lot. Even with one... And I think I did mention, I was kind of surprised they had one-shot characters like Aura and Chojiro in, but glad they did. They did leave a bit of an... They're kind of... Oh yeah, they're somewhat memorable. Although I guess there are a few I'm kind of surprised they didn't include. But I do get it, they needed to have... Oh, funny they have generic people. Ooh, Mega Monarch. That's one of the ones he used. So let's play against Silvio. At this point, I'm basically just killing time until the 2-hour mark, but hopefully that won't be too bad. Next time we'll be starting the next game. It's probably going to be Fuga, but I don't expect that game to be very long, if we're honest. Ooh, perfect. This is a rather ideal opening hand. Beat. Activate Beat's effect to special summon Helmer. Now I can use Beat's effect to search my deck. We're gonna get Rafale. Alright, we're going to use Helmer in order to special summon Bravo. I can use Helmer's effect once per turn to discard 1 card from my hand in order to get it back, in order to draw a new card. Not the most ideal effect, but not a big deal really. Rafale, and because he was special summoned, yeah, we'll use Bravo's effect. And we'll use Rafale to excavate from my deck and summon a card. We'll get this since it's their archetypal monster reborn. Alright, we'll place this down here. Alright, we're going to special summon Fulgo here. Warrior, Aqua, Reptile. When Fulgo is summoned, I can special summon one card from my deck. Any card from my deck, that is, that was not one of the ones used to summon Fulgo. We'll use Fulgo to destroy Underworld Squire. And we'll activate Fulgo's effect. Because I have at least 3 Fur Hires on my hand, I can draw 3 cards. And we'll attack directly with the Rafale. I'm really looking forward to the Arc 5 world coming to Duel Links at the end of September. I'm hoping Silvio comes with some Monarch and Yosenju support, not just his Abyss actors, but he's probably going to be the first unlock character, or maybe he'll be a secret one at the start. Depends if they want to have it the first unlock be him or Sora, I guess. Because the 3 starting ones, Yuya, Yuzu, and Gong, because the main hero, the best friend, and the female lead are always the ones that each world starts with. So I'm not worried about them and their deck support, but Silvio's the most interesting because he's one of the few characters in the anime series who regularly changes their deck before finding one that kind of synergizes with him best. I'm gonna wait till next turn, actually. I've got so many negates in my hand right now, I don't think he'll be allowed to do much of anything, though. Tenacity of the Monarchs. Alright, we're going to use Ash Blossom to negate the search. Oh wow, he absolutely has nothing. I think that one Ash Blossom completely killed his entire hand. Poor Silvio. Poor Sawatari. We're gonna go ahead and special summon Dinah here just because I'd really like to, yeah, banish stuff from his graveyard. I don't need Recon's effect. Yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and banish those so he no longer has resources. And we're gonna go ahead and finish him off this turn. Yeah, I think he must have gotten nothing but bricks in his hand, because I know Monarchs are actually really threatening. Either that or he had a large turn plan, but the moment I negated that first skill, it was over. Melodious. I think Melodious is one of the few Arc 5 archetypes that isn't really popular. Frightful Fluffle. Maybe we'll go with one of the other ones just to change things up a bit. Wind-ups. Teen Archduke's order. Boojins, the Xyz Warrior. Rise the Stark Simo. Let's take out this one first. The Boojins. And you know, since Boojins are a Beast Warrior deck, we'll use the For Hire, since that's also Beast Warrior deck. Furries versus furries. Who's going to win? Super Zexal 3. I know the story does actually do a good job of explaining Zexal and how it's basically an Xyz summon, but I still find it kind of a funny design. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and set this. We're gonna set this because he doesn't have anything I have to worry about at the moment. This is a little dangerous because Rafale doesn't protect my low-level for-hires from being targeted. Now, Dyna, he actually can force the enemy to only use attacks on himself and ignore all other for-hires, but Rafale can't, nor can any of the other high levels, unfortunately. Sure. Not the most ideal opening, but I can deal with this. Battle phase time. Fujins are another one of the archetypes I don't really see very often, even in Duel Links. They're still missing a number of their important cards in there, and one of them is frustratingly behind a paywall. I actually didn't realize this until I looked up on the wiki, but what does this do again? I didn't realize this until I looked on the wiki, but I did. Apparently, the Bujin Beast Warrior monsters are actually all based off Yu-Gi-Oh! GX characters. Like Yamato here is. Yeah, I have to mirror force that. I don't want Dampa to die. Not yet, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, Yamato is basically Jaden. I guess the hairstyle does kind of look similar. Alright, Dampa, Special Summon, Recon. Unfortunately, since Dampa and Recon are both beast types, I can't use them to summon Folgo. Might as well destroy this here, just so he doesn't get free extra attack on his beast warriors. Yeah, it only works on the ones you control. Yeah, see, I can't use Folgo for it. Although I guess I could go with Raccoon Sudoyo. You know what? Let's do precisely that. 22800 attack for beast sticks would be perfect. Number 64, Ronin Raccoon Sandayu. Activate his effect. By using an overlay unit, I can special summon one token. One Kage Musha Raccoon token, and it has the attack to the highest attack monster on the field, which in this case is Rafale. So we're gonna attack directly. And there we go, finish him off with the token. There we go. Ujin Kiyamatarasu. I believe this is the one that's behind a paywall. I don't know how amazing she is, how good or bad she is, unfortunately, but I do wish the fans of the deck didn't have to deal with that BS. The Xyz Warrior. Alright, the best way to handle an Xyz deck is obviously with a Synchro deck. Well, not really, but I want to use this Synchro deck before we finish. I'm surprised I didn't have Dark Zexal. Basically, when Astral's dark side takes over, he basically corrupts Yuma as well, and so their Dark Zexal form takes place, and where he basically becomes very cruel and sadistic. I'm actually kind of surprised, but then again, they did skip the Supreme King Jaden arc entirely, which, yes, I am still salty about. I really did like that arc. But yeah. Hajun's effect. Bring out Daki. Alright, this ladder's gonna take a few minutes, so, well, a minute or two, more like, but I guess guess I can talk a bit about the game while here. Like I said, the thing that I've mentioned a few times is what I like about this game most is that it gives tribute to all the franchise series in the franchise, and not just the newest one or the oldest one. And it also does do a decent job with its tutorials. As someone who does know about these mechanics, it does a sufficient job teaching you if you are new to all these mechanics, or even to the game as a whole, which is good, especially since if you do them in order, you shouldn't run into too many mechanics, so that you aren't familiar with them. At least not till later. So, yeah, it's a good learning experience. However, I really don't like how they skip through a lot of the story stuff. You do get the general gist of what goes on in each one through the broad strokes, which is still something I will give it credit for, but it does skip around a decent bit. And while I do respect that they can't get everything, it does feel like they really didn't cover much with the music, or even the animations are kind of... Well, it has a... Yeah, I do like the animations that it does have. I wish they just did more with it. Oh, whoops. I lost my train of thought and ruined that. Oh well. Gardner. Dang it. I should have... It's not a big deal. In Duel Links, I still have to deal with only having Yoko as the quote-unquote ace of the monster, since they don't have Gashadakuro. So I can work with this if I need to. It just kind of sucks. Goblinberg. I'm gonna use infinite impermanence. Alright, we're gonna use Tengu's effect. We're gonna banish Hajun. And Tengu's gonna go in defense mode because he's going to use the 4K attack from Heroic Champion. We're gonna use this effect to destroy whatever this back row is. There we are. It's probably Xyz. Yeah, it was Xyz Reborn. Warrior returning alive. Sheesh. Alright, we're gonna use infinite impermanence to negate that effect. Actually, I probably should use Ghost Ogre, but it doesn't matter, honestly. We're gonna banish Obagrum with a Wheeled Mayakashi. I don't want to banish the only Daki in there yet. Activate his effect to mill the top 3 cards of our decks. Ooh, I am so glad I did that. I did not want him getting a Raigeki. That would be frustrating beyond all measure. Alright, we're gonna use Book of Life here. We're going to bring back Yoko. And in return, we'll banish 1 card from his. Let's banish Command Knight just so that he doesn't revive it to gain more power. And I can put Yoko in attack mode because I can use her effect to destroy... this card here. There we are. Alright, we're gonna summon Shiranui Solitaire. By using his effect, I can tribute himself for another card on the field. It's definitely going to be him, and summon a tuner from my deck, and I choose another Daki copy. Alright, we're going to go into Gashadakuro here. I place him here. And we're going to use Daki. I don't want to go into... I'm not going to go into another Synchro ladder, but rather I'm going to go into the Link monster. Yukiona, the Ice Mayakashi. Alright, while she's pointing at a synchro monster, she cannot be targeted for attacks. Daki can be, but I want to get as much damage out of here as I can. There we go. Yeah, it sucks not having Gashida Kuro, but at least Yoko is still a really good card. I just wish it would... As much as it really takes a long time to get to Gashida Kuro, not only is it worth it just for a 3300 attack body, but also the graveyard setup. That way, if I get a Monster Reborn or Book of Life or whatever, I can revive Yoko or Tengu, or if they destroy Gashida Kuro in any fashion, I can immediately get her back. Alright, we're gonna activate Shiranui Samurai's effect. We'll banish one of the Dakis. Alright, now he gets not only gets stronger, but any monster he attacks gets banished. Here we go. He's got nothing. Zectors of the Orichalcos. Karakuri. Interesting choice. Mermails are actually quite good. Evil Swarm. That's actually quite fitting for number 96. Quattro Shadal. Again, very fitting for him. Winton was used. Dyson Sphere Blast. Dyson Spheres are kind of awful. Sure, let's take on the Dyson Sphere. The Dyson Sphere is basically immune to destruction through battle, which is pretty decent enough, but it has no real defenses against other forms of removal, which is a little annoying. Deep Space Cruiser. Foolish Barrel. We're going to use this in order to get Yuki Misumi into my graveyard. We're going to normal summon Hajun and get another Daki from my deck to the field. And we're going to use Mayakashi Return. This lets me get any Mayakashi card, including a spell or trap, so I'm going to go and get ahead and get Mayakashi Winter. And yes, please add to my hand. It would be worth actually letting it go to the graveyard if I had my Synchro monsters in there, but I kind of want to use it for this purpose. And time to climb the ladder. Whee! I really do like Mayakashis, both from the aesthetic standpoint. Japanese yokai aren't the most original, but they're still pretty cool. In the storyline, they're war between the Mayakashis as the villains and the Shiranui as the heroes. And the general progression and story, how Daki and the Shiranui Squire are slowly develop a friendship, and how peace might actually have been possible, but then Iona attacks them and steals some of their power. But I'm kind of curious how the story's gonna end. It's not like they couldn't print more stuff that would make Mayakashi's Shiranui more relevant to the main deck, in the main card game after all. It's not like Vendread's where it does... Basically, the story for the Vendreads is the dude ends up in that Resident Evil like apocalypse and his wife was killed, but somehow his memories of her cause him to take control of it, and he becomes the Vendread Slayer, fighting against it in order to save the city. I think it's the Vendread Executor or something like that. That creature, or whatever it is that's causing it, eventually rises up and causes the Chimera and monster to battle him. In true comic fashion, he manages to take some of their power for himself in order to rise up and defeat them in the end. And that card storyline is over. It ends with a card where we see the dawn rising on the city with the creatures defeated and the Vendread Slayer turning to dust in the sunlight just like all the others, allowing him to finally rest knowing his job is done. It's a really cool storyline, really. It's obviously pretty inspired by the comic book hero Spawn, but I think it's pretty good. I would like them to have more support for that just because it's a pretty cool archetype and it seems to be a fan favorite. Or at least there seems to be enough fans of it that they swear by it. So I think more support would be nice, but it's a shame because the story is actually pretty complete and has a solid resolution to it. It's almost a shame that kind of gets ruined, but excellent. And while we're here, now that we're in main phase 2, I'm going to use Mayakashi Winter to send it and Daki to the graveyard so that I can draw a card. Mostly so I don't have a 1000 attack monster for him to attack into. But yeah, I'd like to see more from the Mayakashi and Shiranui storyline, because to my understanding, both actually have some pretty good general story progress. Mayakashi Return. Sure, let's get another Mayakashi Winter. Alright, using Mayakashi Winter. Select the monster from your card graveyard to banish. Go with Hajun here. And now, select a target to special summon Yoko. And I'm going to use Yoko's effect in order to destroy a monster on the field. Send one card to the graveyard. I guess another Hajun would be good. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this. We're going to upgrade into Yukiona, the Absolute Zero Mayakashi. There we go. Activate effect. Attack with Gashidakuro. Oh my, call the haunted. Activate Yukiona's effect. Because a monster was special summoned from the graveyard. Oh. Able to change its battle position. Oh, I have to choose something because I declared effect. We'll use this with Daki since, yeah, please continue to attack. We're going to use this here because I am just going to use her to sacrifice for Mayakashi Winter's effect. You know, as far as the Mayakashis are concerned, I'm not sure if they have an actual leader or if Yoko making friends with the Shiranui leader is supposed to just be a representation of maybe they can work together in the end. Dawn Thousand. Void of the Infernoid. Duel. Dawn Thousand. Activate. Activate Madoline's effect. Here we go. Sheesh, it's kind of funny how the only Madolche support in the newer packs was Madolche Patisserie, and Madolche Teacher's Glace Soufflé, but even just one of those proved a significant upgrade for the deck as a whole, but Patisserie here is genuinely, hoping I'm pronouncing that right, is genuinely the biggest playmaker of the deck now. Excellent. Alright, tribute yourself in order to bring out Hoot Cake. Hoot, hoot, hoot. Alright, banish Angeli in order to special summon. We're going to go with Messenger Lotto so that I can get the field spell. Messenger Lotto's effect. We shall get Madolche Chateau into my hand. And no reason not to activate at this moment. Alright, we're gonna go into Glace Soufflé. And I'll put her in defense mode since she's actually pretty tanky. And we're gonna go into Fresh Sis Tart next. Boom. And when I came back from my hiatus, it was the middle of Vrains, and now let's not use her effect. And so Master Rule 4 had been in effect for a while, and I thought I would probably like Link monsters a lot more if they, you know, didn't step on the toes of all the others. Because during Master Rule 4, you could only special summon any extra deck monster that was not a Link monster to the extra monster zones here, and you can only summon them in the main monster zone if you were reviving them from the graveyard or banished pile, or if a Link monster pointed to them. They realized that was stupid, so now Master Rule 5 only limits the extra monster zone here to Link monsters and Pendulum monsters, and the arrows, again, only applies to Link and Pendulums. Now, I do think there are some problems from Link monsters being so any monster can be used to make them, but I'm much more favorable to them now that they don't step on the toes of all the others. Yeah, I have to really think the biggest mistake for the Master Rule 4 was basically forcing them on all decks, even if they don't, because the thing about the extra deck summoning types is you can focus on decks that only go with ones you actually like, you can focus on ones that doesn't use it at all, but Link monsters really messed with that because they focused on all that, where the Master Rule 4 did. I know Link monsters are still kind of controversial because of how generic they are and how they can mess some things up. I think I mentioned before that Link 1 monsters really feel like they can cause a lot of problems. But yeah, I should let the enemy get their turn if I'm going to be talking this much. Yeah, I can definitely get where they're coming from. I don't hate any of the special summoning techniques, any of these newfangled special summons, but some do feel like they're way more complicated than they needed to be. Curry Bandit. Oh, somebody contributed this. Alright, we'll use Fresh to Start's effect. I still take the damage, but I can send one card from my graveyard to the deck to prevent her from being destroyed. In fact, I'll use Madolche Chateau's effect in order to... Managing 2 Infernos from me. Protect yourself, please. Oh, we got my field spell. Alright, we're going to use Mufel's effect. Special summon Angeli. Activate Angeli's effect, attributing herself, and I'll spell Desir from the deck. Excellent. Because she was special summoned, I can special summon one monster from my... Activate Glass Souffle's effect, yes please. And also activate Desir. I'll special summon a monster from my deck at the cost of lowering its level. Put excess. That's Souffle. Now we're going to return these to the owner's deck. Queen Tiara Masu. Queen Tiara Masu's effect, activate. By using an overlay unit, I can send one card in my graveyard back to the deck in exchange for sending one card. What does that do? Contribute one monster, target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. Change your attack position. Full battle phase time. Actually, I should have gone into Chocolatala mode for King Tiara Masu, but oh well. Well, I don't mind if he banishes cards from my own graveyard, if only because I prefer when there's no monsters in my graveyard. At least for under most conditions. Alright, we're gonna special summon another Sistart here. because I don't want a 500 attack monster in attack mode during my opponent's turn. That's just asking for trouble. I must have forgotten to use Bottomless Trap Hole when he summoned that monster. I'll have to pay closer attention next time. Yeah, I'm gonna say no, because Mystical Space Typhoon wants me to destroy itself. Well, I think I know what I want to destroy. Here we go. Now I can use Bottomless Trap Hole to banish that monster. I don't want to risk it. Alright, send the Link monster back into my deck. In exchange, I will... whatever this face down is, send it back to the deck. And we'll use Glass Souffle's effect. Kinda neat, we're both messing with each other's graveyards to try and ruin their strategies. Alright, send those two back to the deck. And now we can activate the field spell. Now we're going to use Madolche, Queen Tiramisu to go into Princess Chocolatella mode now that she has no overlay units. Chocolatella mode cannot use her effect since I cannot use her overlay effect since the original Pudding Cess is not one of her overlay units. But I can still use her effect to send a Madolche card from my graveyard to the deck anytime I feel like it, if so desired. Alright, we'll finish him off with... There we are. Oh yeah, that reminds me, who's the one who uses the Madolche deck? Sweets from Madolche. Pegasus, yeah. Let's beat Pegasus, and let's find out who the true master of Madolche is. Actually, I probably should use my own Madolche to beat him, but oh well. Darn, he wants to go second. That's bad news for me. That's bad news for you, Yugi boy. What's... I guess I could go to level 4. It depends what kind of Madolche deck he's running, because he may or may not be running Tiramisu or 9. He's probably running all 3 of... Well, no, because Chocolatella mode was also in the original one, in the Zexal pack where I got it. I do not know what he has, so I'm gonna play it safe here. Let me just double check what my level 4 Synchro monster is. Here we are, Balmung. Destroyed by card effect inside the graveyard. Could target one level 4 or lower monster, except this card and special summon that. 2100 is stronger than anything that's not an Xyz monster, but he can get out an Xyz monster extremely easily. He shouldn't be able to OTK me, so you know what? Let's take the risk. And don't worry, if I lose this one, I will fight his Madolche with my Madolche, and we'll find out who has the superior Madolche deck. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go in that Synchro monster, because that would just have allowed Pudding Cess to destroy one of my back rows. Even if I had just, heck, even just setting Dompo would have ruined that. Actually, I should have put down Red Resonator first. So whoopsie. Whoopsie. Donpa. Get rid of the pudding cess. Rafale's power. Forbidden Lance might not be too bad idea. In fact, yeah, let's do precisely that. With his the attack stats on his monsters, the Forbidden Lance will be just weak enough. Rafale. By discarding a Furhire monster, Rafale negates your monster's effect. Alright, no, I can go into Folgo with these three. Dragon, Warrior, Beast. Folgo. Activate Folgo's effect. Alright, I can summon one card from my deck as long as it's not one of the ones used to summon him. Alright, we're gonna use one of these as well in order to get back. Donpa. Activate Seal's effect. Gonna get Rafale back into our hand. Oh, I can special summon Rafale back, nice. Alright, first things first, destroy Hoot Cake. Oh, wait, what? He took damage, but didn't get destroyed. What? What? Oh, it can be destroyed by battle. I forgot about Angeli's second effect. Because it gets destroyed if not used by the next end phase, I usually use this immediately to go into something else, but... Fortunately, this does mean I'm gonna have to just deal with this problem. Alright, because I special summoned during his turn, I can use all these effects. Activate Dompa's effect. Activate Seal's effect to get a card from my... Oh, wait. Oh, only by battle, so... Folgo's effect. I can now draw 3 cards. Yeah, I don't think he has Blast Souffle or any of the newer support. So yeah, he's in a much rougher position than me. Reinforcements of the army. This is to get Beat and no one else, but Beat's the main searcher, so I think it's worth it. Alright, we're gonna go for a Link summon here because I want to destroy that field card. Activate Nightmare Phoenix. By discarding a card from my hand, I can destroy one card on a spell trap on the field, and I choose the field spell. Torrential Tribute. Activate Beat's effect. Dyna. Not as strong as Rafale, but I actually think Dyna's gonna be more important in this case. Activate Dyna's effect. Not Donpa's. Alright, now I can banish up to 3 cards, so let's go with these 3. That should be mildly frustrating enough for him. We're going to go into full go again, if that's okay with you. Warrior. Beast. Beast Warrior. Activate Fulgo's effect. I have a level 6, right? Yes, I do, actually. Or a dolphin. Not the best synchro, but... Oops. Oh well. How embarrassing for me. Bionic Dragon in the Ice Barrier. I forgot I took out the level 7 synchro from the extra deck. So he's basically got a free attack into me for full damage. Ghost Ogre. Negate it and destroy it. I already used up the normal summon, so... Activate Fulgo's effect, please. I only draw 1 card, unfortunately. There we go. Battle phase, and Bionic, let's win. There we go. Skull Servants, Masters. Final. Let's see here, what other decks are in here? Thunder and Lightning, Trickstar, Metaphyz, Legendary Fisherman, Elemental, Secret Six Samurai, Silent Warrior, Light and Darkness, Chemicritter, Golden Castle, Sky Strikers, Burning Mirrors, Avenging Fairies, Inspirational Spiral. Ristrons. Oh, he has the Shiranui deck. Interesting. Amorphage, Shadow Prediction. Terra, Spider-Bird. Zephyra, Rank of Clowns, Beyond Constelov. Super Defender, True Dracos. Paleozoic. Magnet Warriors, Ninjas. Oh, Lulu has the for hire deck. Interesting. Alright, well, let's take out the ones who are using the same decks I am. We'll call it done. Duel. Set this. Set this. Alright, we're gonna get Hajun and bring him into my hand. Yeah, you knew that the Shiranui was brought too early into Duel Links when they have like 5 cards on the limited list. And the way the limited list works in Duel Links is a bit different from the main card game. In the main card game, cards semi-limited, you can only have 2 of that card of any number of the cards from there, but in Duel Links you can only have 2 from that total in the deck. So you can have like 2 of one card that's limited to, or 1 of 2 separate cards that are limited to, but yeah, it's a bit confusing, but it does make for an interesting dynamic. Actually, come to think of it, does she even... Will Lulu even have the for hire Link monster? Because that was... Daki. Then again, she probably does, because that deck doesn't function at all without it. It was so broken in Duel Links because decks that could multi-summon more than once or twice in a turn was actually pretty rare at the time it came out, so the fact they could fill the field easily was absolutely crazy. Alright, this should be a good enough, Moon him. Activate effect. Tribute himself in order to special summon. Uni-zombie's good enough. What's this? Shiranui Swallow Slash. Destroy them. we'll banish Hajun in order to special summon Yoko back. Oh, I can still attack with her, right. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it's a nice thing is that even if you go through your plays and your monsters get destroyed, you have quite a few backups with Mayakashis, and Shiranui for that matter. You know what, let's bring Yuki Masumi out here. And go into their Link monster. Activate Daki's effect. And I can use Yuki Masumi's effect. I can special summon her at once per turn in exchange for a Foolish Burial effect. Thing is, Yuki Masumi, like Hajun, you can't special summon monster in the extra deck except Mayakashis, not just when using her, but in general. But luckily, I'm going into the absolute zero Mayakashi. Now, the Shiranui all have low defenses because, you know, zombies, so should be safe to do this. Yep. And here we are, we win. Monsters for hire. Alright, we're just gonna go with the Shiranui again and Mayakashi deck again. For fun. Why would you choose to go first with an OTK deck? Well, whatever. She opens with Beat. Yeah, that's a really strong opening. Fortunately, I'm going to ruin that opening. Granted, if she has Mayhem for hire, she'll get him back just fine. Yeah, she's probably gonna go for the that's literally all she can get, one of the Mayhem for hires. Well, that's interesting. But I do know from using them, they have no defense against battle traps like Mirror Force. Yeah, they can only use Recon once per turn, so they won't be able to negate that. They can use Recon and also Wiz, but I don't know how much he's going to be using Wiz. Alright, Hajun, use your effect. Well, he didn't destroy Hajun, so I can tell you right now that's a pretty big flaw in his plan. I can just normal summon Daki next turn. Generally, for hires don't need a destruction that isn't through monster effects because they have whatever monsters they want. They don't use spell traps that destroy stuff because their monsters do it for them, so I'm not worried at all. Oh boy, she just made a big mistake. Yeah, she had to summon him because she needs a wall. Door the Flying Fortress. The For Hire's airship, the Skyfang airship, is honestly not a very good card. Before you draw, you can give up your normal draw and add a For Hire monster. If you control 5 or more with different names, you can send this card to the graveyard, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Also, your opponent takes no damage. This would have been an amazing card if not for that last, your opponent takes no damage for the rest of the turn. I mean, it's not hard at all for ours to as you've seen with me even, it's not hard to get 5 or 6 monsters on the field. But your opponent takes no damage means you lose the OTK potential, which is basically what Vrains seem to be designed to do. It baffles me he has that decision for an otherwise okay at best field spell. It's not awful in any sense, don't get me wrong, it's just the reason I don't have it in my deck is because I can't think of a situation where I'd want to draw into it, or if I'd be happy to see it in my opening hand instead of most other cards. If we talk purely as in if it's already on the field, like if a Duel Links character had a skill to start with it, yeah, I can see that being useful just because it reduces the chance of being bricked with no monsters or not enough monsters in my opening hand. But since I don't really like seeing it wouldn't like seeing it in my opening hand, nor would I like to draw into it, it just never struck me as a particularly useful card. Man, I went on a huge rant. But I guess it's one of the few cards from the archetypes I like where yeah, I don't want this in my deck. I wonder if that's how Blue Eyes players feel with some of the older Blue Eyes, with some of the weaker Blue Eyes support. Because I know there's a card, Ultimate Dragon of Destruction, that has a pretty neat effect. I can look it up in a moment. But yeah, there's a few. I know they got a few cards where, if it's purely on the field, yeah, it has a neat effect. But the problem is that they'd rather other things be in their opening hand, and they'd rather draw into other things when their turn comes up. We're using a card that lets them draw. So it's hard to explain, I guess. Alright, we'll use Yuki Masumi's effect. I could go into another Synchro Ladder if I wanted, but nah, let's send this to the graveyard here. We're gonna go into the Link monster. I might as well put her in defense mode to tempt the enemy into attacking. Gosh, Dekuro, take out Rafale, and I can't do anything else actually since Yuki-Onna is just a tad too weak. But it's fine, next turn I'll be getting Yuki Masumi back and I'll go into Absolute Zero Yuki-Onna, and Absolute Zero Yuki-Onna is insanely good against this deck. After all, anything that activates from the grave or summons from the grave, she completely ruins the day for. I don't want to see this in my hand, so let's send that. Alright, we use Yuki Masumi. In exchange, I can special summon her in exchange for sending a card from my deck to the graveyard. Might as well do this so I clear it out of my hand. Because while Yuki-Onna, the Ice Mayakashi, the Link 2 can only be made with Mayakashis, I can make the Absolute Zero Yuki-Onna with any zombies, which is really nice. I guess the challenge mode decks are a nice starting position if you're not sure where to go with any of the particular archetypes, because I do notice they seem to focus largely on archetypes that were not used in the series, or at least not in their main. Well, no, some of them have upgraded, like Yugi's Dark Magician, Kaiba's Blue Eyes, but they do seem to try for other archetypes to show you how each one plays. I think that's a reasonable enough thing to do. Alright, here we go. There, finally. OTK! On turn 8! 5Ds. Does anyone have Mayakashi? Nordic Beast, The Ultimate Athletes, Moja King? No. Fortune Lady? No. Black Rose Garden? Phoenix? No. Tech Genus? Cliffort? Fabled Awakening? Spiritual Beast? Wait, weren't Clifforts... Yeah, they're a pendulum archetype. Weird. That he uses them, I mean. Brawl Infernity. Oh, I get it. Flame Bell, Fire Kings, Gusto, Bellon, Stardust Dragon, Legendary Six Samurai, Noble Knights, Psychic, Raptrix, Yang Zing, Malefix. Oh, shame they didn't have Paradox, but he's technically from a movie, so they probably didn't want to do that. Battery Man, Reptilian in Dark World. Maybe an Arc 5 uses them? Burning Abyss. Double X Saber Slash. Gem Knight Resistance. Tree Mids. Black Ray. Ace of the Zodiac. Zodiacs. Royal Confiscation. Clear Wind. Meltdown Invoked. Spellcaster Stone. Weird. Who has the Mayakashi deck? Swing of the Pendulum. Trick. Unskilled Beast. Advent of Exodia. Strike of Ninja. Rock Bombardment. Artifact. Courage of Heroes. Obey the Alien. Ice Barrier. Eye of the Cloudian. Weird. Did I miss someone? Use Armageddon deck. Legend of Wrath of Dragon. Zodia, Evil Soul, Super Soldier. Beard. I guess no one uses Mayakashis. Oh well, we've managed to beat Shiranui, and that's close enough. How long have I been going for? A bit over 2.5 hours. I think that's good. Alright. Well, thank you for joining me throughout the entire campaign of Yu-Gi-Oh! As we've traveled through the entire history of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series and found some fun decks along the way. Next time will be a new game. Oh, and I do have an announcement to make. I finally managed to get some emotes for the channel. So hopefully that'll be, even if it's some minor thing, hopefully that'll make it a bit more unique. Alright, well thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. And I'll see you next time.